do you know what's being printed in OTS 18?
Nope.
Me neither. Let's make a prediction. Hi, team. Happy Monday, my beautiful baby birds. We are officially just about a month out from OTS 18. We know nothing in the set besides Fusion Destiny, and we like to play this fun little game where we predict all the cards in the set, get it wrong, and do it again the next OTS set. So if you want to play along with us, make sure you comment in the comment section down below. Let us know what you think some supers and ultis could be, or if you agree with us.
Today is also the no sooner than date for the ban list, and we are honestly a little too scared to put anything else up, so we're gonna have some fun with this video today.
Yay! So with that being said, let's get this video to 500 likes. It's super easy, takes a tap of the finger, and frankly, if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe too. But with all that being said, let's talk about what we think some supers could be out of OTS 18.
So we've noticed over the last couple of years that these OTS sets do kind of follow a trend. We are going to start with the most played meta decks, and then obviously go into some of the other cards that are going to see more support in the upcoming sets.
So first on the list for supers is one of the cards in the most highly represented decks in the meta right now, and is also a very good card that needs to be reprinted because it is hideous at its current printing. The first card on the list for supers is probably the most obvious one. It is out of one of the most highly represented decks in the format, which is Sword Soul, guess for dramatic effect, and it's Monk of the Tenyi. I know, weird, right? You wouldn't think a vanilla Link monster that's a common would be so highly demanded to be a super, but you have to play at least 2, if not 3 of it in your Sword Soul deck. So this is just the most logical option as the first super off the top of our heads.
And speaking of Tenyis, 2 of the Tenyis have actually been reprinted in the OTS sets already, and that is Adhara and Vishuddha. However, a lot of people play Ashuna at 3. It's like the best one. It special summons a Tenyi from the deck. It's only seen a rare, so I think seeing this card as a super rare could be a potential upgrade as well that the meta players will clamor for.
Is it Ashuna? 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 Someone tell me. I don't know how to pronounce these cards anymore, and I feel like a fool. But yeah, he should totally be a super, match all his brothers, it just makes sense. And then closing out these Sword Soul supers that I'd love to see, ooh, I love alliteration, we have Blackout, Sword Soul Blackout. This card is wonderful, first of all. I love this card. It's also a common. It needs to be more than that. And frankly, this is just one of those cards that I easily can see being one of those OTS supers. It would look absolutely gorgeous, and I just think it's justified, you know?
I think this is the one that honestly gets the printing out of the 3.
Yes, if I had to guess one, Blackout 100%. And that's it for Sword Soul. Let's move on to another boring meta deck that needs some upgrades.
This deck is birds. Oddly enough, Synchro Storm gave us all the birds, and they all got reprinted commons. So we were really stoked to see like Ultra Supers, but
so disappointing.
None of that happened. Like Barrel Canary is a rare. I mean, obviously, like everything else in the archetype is common. So to see any of these as a super would be awesome.
Yeah, like Turquoise Warbler, Sapphire Swallow, Cobalt Sparrow. Like, can I have any of my baby birds, please? They deserve it. They're putting in a lot of work this format. I think it's time.
And then oddly enough, as we said, these OTS sets do kind of follow a trend, and they usually like have cards that have dropped from the format.
Yeah, like cards that were played and then
they're not really played anymore. I think one of the picks also for the Tri-Brigade portion of the deck is Tri-Brigade Oath. A lot of decks like maybe side the 1 copy, maybe main the 1 copy, but honestly this is kind of one of those cards that's just fallen out of the list.
And that's it for the meta decks. Let's move right on into everything else.
Starting off the everything else section, Rocket Synchron. Literally this card is a common, it's a rare. This deck has been played for the last 14 years. They've hit it. They've hit it. They've hit this deck like 85 times, and it still sees high representation. It still can play through a bunch of hand draft. It can still OTK you. It can still set up boards. It's insane. It gets brand new support with the Boral and the Dragon. This card deserves to be a super rare so that they can just ban Striker Dragon.
Dragons. We also have some new decks that are getting new support, and that is the water set that is coming out very soon. And frankly, a card that I think could be reprinted is the Beautiful Fish, whatever it is.
I don't know what this card's called.
It's the tuna fish. It's tuna fish. It's
level 1.
You know what the card is? We'll smack it on the screen or something. I don't know. You'll see. I'm gonna be really honest. I don't even know if it's a common or a rare, but I know it's not a super. So frankly, it needs a hollow printing. It's going to be played a lot. It's played in the new Shark variant water deck thing, and it's a cute card. I think it looked great as a super. Tell me I'm wrong. Speaking of cute cards, a super rare, Brian's gonna be really amped about this one, but we think Marincess Mandarin could be one.
I think we actually said this the last like 2 videos that we've done this. We also say it for like
in this video.
all the reprint sets. I think for like the Marincess cards getting brand new support, getting reprints, it would just make sense for the only card in the archetype that's not foil to be foil. This card's really good. It's definitely a 1 of, if not a 2 of, depending on your build. This card is an insane extender. Just make this card a super rare so we can play a foiled out version, please.
She's also just so cute. Last but not least, in the water section, I almost forgot about this card because, God, I mention it every freaking OTS set, and it never gets granted, so I'm convinced Konami doesn't hear me. But Paleozoic Olenoides would be super cool. We're way past our shot.
Super cool!
I don't really have much hope for this, but I figured I'd say it on the off chance that maybe they're listening to me. That'd be super cool. Olenoides would be great.
Yeah. We're literally getting a whole set dedicated to water. If we don't get it in this set, we will never say it again because the hope is dead.
They could do a whole set for Paleos and they still won't print Olenoides.
So sad.
It's fine.
Just complete the collection.
Just give me some preemptive.
It's a trap card. It's not hurting anyone.
It's not that it's hurting anyone. No one likes me.
And speaking of archetypes and sets that are going to come out that give brand new support to newer and or older archetypes, we get the Battle of Chaos set in just a couple weeks. We are getting DDD support in that set. Two cards that are like kind of pivotal to that strategy that I can see getting super rare upgrades are the Dark Contract with the Gates and the DDD Savant Kepler. These cards have multiple printings, but if I'm not mistaken, TCG Player says that they are all common. So to see these cards be reprinted in a higher rarity for the DDD players, Pendulum players, etc., I think it'd be really cool to see. And we also don't think this will happen, but on the off chance in the Battle of Chaos set, we do get brand new Ogdoadic, Urst Arctic, and Ghost Trick support. So like, once again, little off things here and there. Konami does follow a pattern where they don't always do meta cards. They always do these like one-off foil reprints.
No, that Basil Rose shoot?
They did do some of like the Drytron cards, which are inside sets. These were inside sets, so it wouldn't be too out of place to see something like that.
Hey, Penguin Soldier.
We're also getting brand new Vampire support, something that I'm kind of stoked for. I think one of the cards is like very playable in Zombies. And speaking of Zombies, we do not have a super rare printing yet of some more of the generic zombie cards such as Mizuki or Gozuki. Once again, not really the top tier meta cards, but seeing some of those like weird side off slots, I can see this being one of those slots in the set.
It's so sad. He said some more and I heard some more and I went, ban it. I guess still trying to address all of the decks we possibly can in this video. Bee Troopers, that's a deck. Shout out to the YCS. I believe there's one in top 4 playing right now at the time of filming. Wow, creepy. Past, future, present tense. I don't know. But the Seraphim Papillion, it's the link.
Papillon? Yeah, something like that.
Dude, I don't know anymore. Someone help me. Just help. I have
really
2 English degrees and I just can't. I'm sorry. I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh player at the end of the day. I'm heart of hearts. I can't read. But this card isn't a holo. Make it a holo. You won't. And then last but not least, real quick, we're going to talk about the token section. There's a little bit of variety here, so let's see what pizzazz we can come up with.
We always get a token. And you know we haven't gotten so far?
We always get pizzazz.
No, we haven't gotten yet a freaking Sword Soul token. That's like the best deck. The OCG doesn't have it though, so I'll be honest, they get everything first. I don't think we're just ever gonna get this.
Why is there no Sword Soul token? Someone in the comment section let me know.
Weird.
Why doesn't it exist?
So strange.
Why?
You know what the OCG did get though? A zombie token. And we're getting zombie support. We just talked about zombie cards, so like maybe we see that.
Is there a Brave token?
There is no Brave token yet that I know of.
I mean,
I could be wrong.
I know they call it the adventure token here in the TCG now, so like maybe we'll get an adventure token or a zombie token.
We can honestly get something out of nowhere and have it be like a Drytron token just because they thought it's a cool thing.
Yes, bad.
I don't know why. I mean, the Ice Barrier token was something everyone asked for.
And then moving on into the fun part of the video, we only know Fusion Destiny as the Ulti, so we're gonna
So we know for the entire set is Fusion Destiny. They didn't tell us anything.
No, you're not wrong, boss. But anyway, we're gonna talk about the other 2 cards that we think could be Ultis in the set. Usually they tell us 2 and we guess 1, but this time, man, they're really giving us our money's worth. They told us 1, and it's Fusion Destiny. Wow. So it's really weird. This is my little theory, okay? Just roll with it. I don't know, maybe mom's just going on a crazy tangent, but usually when they announce the ultis for the OTS sets, they're usually like the power cards that like get people really amped. And I think it's interesting that they said Fusion Destiny because like, yes, it's a very good card. DPE is a very good whole engine right now in the meta game. However, I don't feel like Fusion Destiny is like a very hot selling point for like the entire player base. However, I do think it was very smart on Konami's part because they did announce this a long time ago, like literally way before this set was even coming out.
Yeah, I think before Burst even got announced.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Or released.
Yeah, it was a while ago. So I think the actual marketing tactic behind this was actually to project saying to the player base, hey, we are not banning hitting DPE as a card. Like, he's not going anywhere. We are telling you that after February of 2022, this card will still be around in some shape or form. We don't know what's going to happen on the list, but they are literally telling you this card is still going to maintain value, be in the meta, and stick around, so you can't get rid of it. And so with that in mind, I don't think this is the best card in the OTS set necessarily. I know there's usually like one meta card, one nostalgia card, and one like in the middle card.
Collector,
And I don't necessarily think Fusion Destiny is like the one-hit wonder of this set. I don't know why. I think it was a marketing tactic. I think it was a marketing tactic to like not let people fall into the fear of DP getting hit on this ban list. But anyway, that's my spiel on that spell. You know what else plays spells? Sky Striker. And you know what Sky Striker right now. They have 1 engage and they're getting support in the form of linkage and a broken kaiju main deck monster. That's pretty good. So you know what? I think it's pretty justified. I don't know if I've said this in our last few prediction videos, but I think Zeke could honestly be an ultimate rare in this set. Why?
Makes
the
sense.
whole extra deck's ultimate rare. Why not Zeke? Zeke isn't there. They do play it. Like, I don't know why it's not an ulti yet, and I could totally see it. I know people like brainstorm Ray could be one, but that makes no sense. Like, why?
No.
They need to just stick with the extra deck theme and make Zeke an ulti. I could 100% see it.
And for what it's worth, too, Zeke has not seen a reprint, and Ray has already had like 3 printing. So giving Zeke that reprint as an ultimate rare, it's kind of like the BLS streak.
And I feel like it would really drive the hype for Sky Strikers again, being like, ooh, I want to chase after this, and then have my deck all pretty and ready for whatever the hell comes out, linkage and new kaiju guy.
Yeah, but please don't. No. Another archetype that's getting support is the Brave archetype, aka PK. So I think, personally, Rusty should be an ultimate rare. I don't think we're gonna get, I've said this for a billion years now, it's probably never gonna happen. And I think Rusty would be an awesome ultimate rare. It is like the boss monster of the PK deck. The Brave stuff literally makes the PK deck beyond tier 1. It's just so strong. Let's just see Rusty as an ulti.
Yeah, and Konami's really been loving on PK for like the last year. I think OTS 15, we got Requiem as an ultimate rare Xyz, which was really cool. And I feel like they just really have been driving home like PKs. I think PKs is just doing really well. It does really well with the Brave engine. It's going to be absolutely broken. I 100% would love to see Rusty as an ulti, and it's like an in-archetype card. So that and Zeke, I think, are like the in-archetype cards I could totally see. This one's just Fantasyland. I know we've got Olinoides, which is never getting reprinted as a super ever in my life, but I think an ulti that would be really cool because we're getting all these cool water support things, new decks, sharks, ooh, we're underwater. Toad! Toad would be a cool ulti. Where's my Copium gang at here? Ribbit? Like, that'd be so cool. I think it looks so pretty. Such a cute card. Just give me something, please. You're not gonna bring Colossus back. I just want to feel. Thank you.
We've also just kind of noticed that over the course of the last few OTS sets that we do just get Link monsters. And honestly, they're not like super asked for, but if we don't get Zeke, if we don't get Rusty, things that we just brainstormed real quick, kind of like generic links that like are like, you know, in that weird, not like the best card in the set, but not the worst card in the set.
And these cards could be something like Link Rebo or Bullsword or Avermax, everyone's favorite guy. Love to see him. But that's just our little Into the Brain side tangent.
And then the last card, this is kind of my pick. Logan got Toad. I'm going to take my own. I think Lancia could be a really cool one. They follow these like weird like going second, side deck, main deck, kind of like hand trapping types. We got like Droplet, we got Nib, we got Imperm. I think Lancia is one of those cards that hasn't seen like a Starlight or a Collector's Rare, which, you know, some of the other picks that we said before, like Torrential, Solemn Strike, they are getting that foil upgrade in Grand Creators. So I think it might be cool to see something like this in the next OTS set instead.
Which is really funny because I said in the last prediction video that Torrential should be an ulti, but they gave us a Collector's Rare, so thanks Konami. I'm glad you were looking out for your girl. But all that being said, we're probably super wrong. We just like to play this game because it's fun. If we're right, it's cool. And everyone in the comments, make sure you let us know what you think could be the ulti. And hey, if you're right, I'll give you a solid high five in the comments when the time comes around. But this is just a fun little video to kill some time before the inevitable ban list drops upon us. I don't know, maybe it's coming today. Who knows? Thanks Konami for whenever the hell that happens. But make sure you like the video, make sure you subscribe to the Sub Squad, make sure you follow all the links down in the description box down below. We love you, you matter, and we will see you guys in the next video or a ban list reaction. Oh my god, I don't know which one's gonna come first. Bye team!
See you team!